Hi, I'm Terry Matthews, and you're watching this week's episode of Maximum Wage. This is where we tell you who's hiring and how you can be better to get the job. So I'm sure many of you have heard about volunteerism. I'm sure you've volunteered locally in your community, whether it be your church or a local food pantry or some type of organization that's having a walk-a-thon or some sort of event. But how many of you know that volunteerism can actually lead to a path of employment? Yes, it can. So not only are you volunteering and investing in your community, but you're potentially finding out who your new employer may be. So I'm sure you're thinking, well, Terry, how in the world does volunteering, something that you don't even get paid for, help me find a job? Well, number one, it'll continue to help you build your skill set. It'll make sure that you expand those personal and professional contacts. It's important to network. And you know what's important to employers? They get an opportunity to kind of test you out before they hire you. How do they do that? Simple. By you volunteering, they're going to take this opportunity to see how committed can you be, how consistent with work, and how dependable are you. And if they can see that in you volunteering by getting no paycheck at all, they're definitely going to be willing to hire you. Well, let me just tell you, statistics show that 27% people that volunteer land a permanent job. So if you've been in the unemployment line, get out of that and get into the volunteering line where you can be picked up by a potential employer. You know what's even more unique about volunteerism is not only is it giving back and giving an opportunity to reinvest yourself into a community and help it grow, but more importantly, volunteerism is giving back to you because you'll learn more things intimately about a potential employer who may pick you up. So you have an inside scoop just simply by volunteering on compensation, on how the policies of the position work, what the dynamics are, who the people are that work there, and then you have an opportunity to kind of take a peek at your employer and find out where you'll be better to fit if you should become a permanent employee. It is important for employers to hire people who are interested in volunteering because a lot of employers today are actually giving bonuses off of volunteering. Yes, they want to know what are you doing in your spare time so that they can make sure that they are hiring well-rounded employees who volunteer for their community. When you're out and you're interested in volunteering, it's important who and how you volunteer. Keep in mind three things. Number one, volunteer for something that's the right fit for you. If you don't like kids, don't be volunteering for stuff with kids that doesn't fit you. And a potential employer or the person you're volunteering for can see that. Number two, definitely treat this volunteerism like a job. Don't roll in late. Make sure you put your slippers, leave them at home, put shoes, clothes on, dress appropriately, brush your teeth that morning, fix your hair, do the things that you would do if this was an employer. Just because you're not getting paid doesn't mean that you shouldn't show up approachable, presentable, with a positive attitude and ready to go. So we're going to give you the top 5 volunteer opportunities located here in Philadelphia. The Mayor's Commission on Literacy is looking for individuals to become tech tutors. Education Works is looking for volunteers to help with their robotics program. Key Spot is in need of volunteers in a few different areas. Fawn Food Pantry would like a volunteer for administrative support services. Connections for Humanity has several volunteer openings. Now remember to check those companies' websites for more information. So before I let you go, let's talk about Maximum Wage featured event. Yes, our featured event. It's at Blue Martini at 7 p.m. March 11th. So if you're interested in coming out and meeting a couple of business people, exchanging some business cards, and just doing that business thing that business people do, come on out to Blue Martini March 11th at 7 p.m. Okay, everybody, that's all the time we have this week, and happy volunteerism out there. Hopefully it's going to land you a position and get you out of the unemployment line. Thanks for tuning in to MyNEWPhilly.com, where something's always new and everything is always Philly.